What's going on, guys? It's Clifford here. First, let's just admire this beautiful, beautiful course. Playing at St Andrews in the Open Championship. Currently into the final day. We're currently the co-leader at 8 under, and we are playing the back 9. Now, it's been a long time since we've played, more than 4 or 5 holes in a final round. So it's going to be interesting to see how we go. 9 holes does give us a lot of time, obviously, to propel ourselves forward and even further into the lead. It also does give us a chance to drop back, depending on what the winds are doing and how the greens are playing. But apart from that, it's been a pretty good round. 8 under after 3, chipping on for eagle here. And one thing I do like about St Andrews, and it's something that I've liked, I guess, in all Tiger Woods games and Rory McIlroy games now, is that the holes are quite short. Quite wide fairways, and the greens are quite big as well. So it definitely gives you a lot of high scoring opportunities. Obviously, this one here we haven't timed at all well. It is going to be a very, very tough putt to go and nab this one in from 43 feet out. But it does give you a lot of opportunities. Obviously to score high, and that's a very, very good putt. Unlucky not to go and hole out there, but it is going to be a nice wee putt. But as I said, a lot of opportunities obviously to score low, but saying that there are a lot of opportunities to score high as well if you do get it wrong, especially around your short game. And as you can see, currently tied with Tom's. We're playing in the same group, 8 under at the moment. Walker's not doing us any harm, but Hunter Mahan, who is 2 holes ahead of us, we do need to keep a wee eye on him. But, I mean, the holes, as I said, aren't the longest. The thing is, because it is a links course, I believe, there is a lot of wind quite often that does occur, and this is the same like when I've gone out and when I've played golf and I've played at courses, obviously not St Andrews quality, but a course that I guess is links course style. It is very difficult to play, especially on a windy day, because there aren't really trees that are blocking it, right next to like an ocean or an estuary. And I thought we'd actually gone and hit that one too hard, but that may give us the outright lead going into 12, and it has, so that's good. That's what we want to see. But a very, very close leaderboard going on. And as I said, as I was talking about earlier, obviously short par 4s. And this is a prime example of a massive green and a short but difficult fairway. Obviously, because of where that bunker is right in front of the green, it does make it quite tricky. But here, I won't be too fussed if we go and roll just short, which is what we've done. And it gives you a nice chance to chip on and obviously get aggressive with that approach shot. But in saying that, the greens are so topsy-turvy on this course. They are so up and down, lots of ridges, so anything really could happen. And as you can see there, we have actually gone off the back of the green. So as I said, a lot of chances for low scoring, but you can also get caught up and score quite highly as well. I mean, here we're chipping on for a birdie, and we've actually gone over the hole. But see, you don't want to go too far because there is a massive slope down there. And all of a sudden, we were, we're about 40 feet away from the hole coming into our eagle. And now we're putting for a par, which, it's not the most difficult par in the world, but it is still a very challenging putt to go and get it in. Obviously, with the break, we've read it we've read it well, but we haven't read it well enough, and that is going to be a bogey. That's the first one we've had in a long, long time. And as I said, it does get difficult. It does get hard. You can score low, but you can score very high as well, and that is a prime example of that there. We have actually dropped down now out of that thanks to a birdie from Tom's on that last hole. So we're currently 1 back at the moment, 2nd place, but still 6 holes left to play, so still a lot of time left. And as you can see, this is one of the longer par 4s, but quite a few of them are only around that 340, 350 yards. So if you do have a decent drive like we do, I mean, we can go, with a wind behind us, we can carry the green there quite easily. But 273, obviously hitting into the wind is always going to be a little bit hard. And this here is probably one of the easier greens to hit on the golf course, but because of that wind, and I guess probably more the positioning than anything, it does make it quite tough. But I mean, look at the size of it, absolutely massive. I probably didn't need to put that amount of backspin on because it is going to go back a fair way, but at least we're fairly flat, we're fairly level, which is going to make obviously going for that birdie putt and trying to get back into a share of the lead a whole lot easier. And as you can see, it is pretty straightforward. So hopefully, oh my god. Talk yourself up, say it's a pretty straightforward putt, and then just get it absolutely wrong. So there we go. There is another par. So at least we haven't dropped a shot. As long as Tom's isn't going and making inroads, which he actually hasn't. He's gone and picked up a birdie there. So currently we are tied for first with 4 other players. Obviously, Toms and Piercy is 2 holes ahead of us there. So now we come into a par 5. I would have liked a tailwind on us here. Obviously, hitting into the wind 10 miles per hour, this is going to make it tough. This potentially is a hole that, if you do have the wind at your back, probably could look at trying carrying in 2, but still 310 yards left to go. Obviously, hitting into that wind, probably not going to happen. And as we can see, we are only just going to make the fairway. Well, hopefully we're going to make the fairway. Howling wind. Absolutely howling wind. But we should be able to go and get up there. And hopefully we can get up over that hill, over that mount, which is what we've done. And actually on top of it at the moment, which is probably the perfect position that we do want to be in. Because having a quick look at the green, it did look as though, again, it is quite slopey and quite up and down. So we really want to go and get towards that back. Don't want to go into the bunker, obviously. But I would prefer probably to be long than to be short. Especially seeing that wind should go and bring it back. Fingers crossed. Just like that. Stay there. That's alright. That will do. So, this is actually this is the most pressure that I've felt doing a Rory McIlroy video in a long time. I think with co-leader, I think there's so many people in there. Obviously, the occasion of playing at the Open, playing at St Andrews, it is a big, big tournament. And Tom's isn't making, our playing partner is not making it easy on us at all. Not at all. This wind though, we've been playing all week, we've been playing with a tailwind, and we come to the final day and we're playing into a headwind, and it makes it more difficult, and it does make it more fun, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it is nice to go and, you know, drive this one here, 469 yards, it's nice to get that big tailwind, you know, get that big drive going, drive it about 350, 375, and just leave yourself a very, very short approach shot, but the wind is absolutely howling. I mean, we're going to have to put this we're going to have to put this over way over in the middle of the green to get to the pin that is on basically the right-hand edge. What is very, very close to that right-hand edge. And the wind is going to go and bring that around. You're going to get a good bounce as well. Ooh, just stop right there. That's alright. That will do. We will take that. Again, another very makeable birdie putt that we can hopefully go and get. And I did say last time, I don't want to jinx myself, that it was a pretty straightforward putt. That one there was very straightforward. And thankfully, we do go and put it in. And that sees us go to the outright lead with 3 holes left to go. Pressure. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Again, that wind is just... How strong is that wind? Look at that. That's basically over in the crowd. The curve is just going to be crazy. And it's going to come round and land pretty much in the middle of the fairway. That is how strong the wind is here today. Absolutely blowing a gale. Cliffy doesn't mind though. He's pumped. He is absolutely pumped. Just looking over at my computer, obviously seeing the reaction again. But this is another one. This is being played basically into the middle of the green, out the back, and it should still land fairly well, I'd say, very, very close to the pin. Look at that, it has. That's almost perfect line. Oh, sorry, not perfect line, perfect length. The line could have been dragged back just a little bit to the right, but we didn't want to be, you know, too risky about it. We're currently in the lead, and I was having this discussion with someone. It wasn't about golf, it was about another sport. Sport is so much easier to play, you know, going into a pressure situation, you know, like going into the last 10 minutes of a football game, or going into the last 10 minutes of a rugby league game, or, you know, going into the last 3 holes of, say, a golf course with a 1-stroke or a 2-stroke lead, rather than going and trying to catch that up. Because if you are going and trying to catch that up, that's when you start to make errors, it's when you start to make mistakes, it's when you start to just push that little bit extra, and that is where those errors can lead into. And I mean, that would be the same example here. If we were 2 shots behind going into the last 2 holes, holy crap, we need to birdie the last 2 just to go and force a playoff. And that is saying that your playing partner, who at the time in this game here, is currently even with you. So it does make it tricky that, you know, all it takes really for him... Oh crap, we need to go longer. All it takes for your playing partner, obviously if you're 2 strokes behind with 2 to go, all it takes is your playing partner to go and hit a birdie on one of those holes, and you're pretty much stuffed. Obviously he can go and hit a bogey, he could get some pars, but all he needs really is 1 birdie. And once he gets that 1 birdie, he should be pretty safe and settled, unless you can somehow noodle your way, I guess, to an eagle on 18. or even a hole-in-one, maybe on a real short par 4 or a par 3. But I don't think that's going to be the case here today. We are not going to be playing catch-up golf. We are playing leading golf. And there is another birdie. I think we birdied the last 3, and that has really gone and helped us along. Not 2 strokes ahead. We are now 4 strokes ahead. So it's going to take an absolute disaster for us to lose it here at the Open. And that is going to be another trophy coming into Cliffy's trophy cabinet. But look at this, that wind. We have had the first 3 rounds, we had this wind behind us. It was an absolute amazing tailwind. It was just making it... I think I actually outdrove the green in one of the rounds on this hole. And I mean, that's a 400-yard green. It was an absolutely incredible drive. And we ended up out the back, which was just crazy. And today, we are just... we haven't even made it over the path. We've actually hit the path, gone up, which isn't a bad thing. It would have been nicer if it was a wee bit of a lower trajectory and it kind of just pinged off the path and carried on. But I've never had that achievement either. Off the was it off the broken park? I can't remember. Park. What am I saying? And I mean, look at this. This is a 13k breeze we're hitting into. We're hitting this one. If there's no wind, we're hitting that one over the scoreboard. That is how hard we are hitting it. And I'm guessing this one here spins back a little bit, just a little bit. So basically we've gone and wrapped up the trophy. We don't need to worry about this part. It's going to probably be a quite a difficult part. Wow, I did not read that one at all. I was thinking that wasn't going to break much at all, but what a way to finish the tournament. 13 under. We finished 5 under for the day. 5 under on the last 9. So that is a very, very impressive stat right there. And as we can see, 5 under after the last 9. You'll definitely go and take that. The Kiwi leading the groups of Americans, and there was one Swede down towards the bottom there. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter links. That can be found down below in the description. Hope you have an awesome week. Make sure you tune in tomorrow. We've got Don Bradman Cricket, My Career Reborn coming your guys' way. Make sure you do not miss that.